Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Liverpool show. I can't lie, this is more Liverpool based. Of course, we'll answer questions about Manchester United, but Man United podcast, of course, we secondary to the analysis at Anfield podcast today with Liverpool losing at home to Atalanta 3-0. So I'm sure the vast majority of the questions will be about that. I'm sure the vast majority of the conversation will be about that as well. So get your questions in. Of course, if you super chat, we'll make sure we get to your questions. But make sure you hit the like button first and foremost. Hit the like button on the video. Please make sure you share this across all the socials as well. And on top of those two things, subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. Apologies on the lateness, people. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to push the show back to 11 because it seems to suit everybody. So from now on, Fridays, 11 p.m. UK time, you will get this show because that seems to suit everybody better. But we got G in the cut, Ramsey's in the cut, Steve's in the cut. What are you, man, telling me, man? Everybody bless.
So
Jiggy.
Good man.
just waiting for the Boca Juniors game to start, really. But yeah, I'm chilling otherwise. Yeah, but Estudiantes.
Oh, jeez, this guy.
Wait, it's the Copa Libertadores at the moment.
Nah, that's midweek. This is the Copa de la Liga Profesional. They got some like interesting format where it's like they divide a table they have two tables of 14, and the top four basically go into a quarterfinal, semi, and then the final.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Cool format, but yeah.
That's true man of football, which is it's Steve. Big up to Gaming for Life. Says big up 16 out of 10. Big up to you, Gaming for Life. Says Flawless is a fan calling show next week. Yes, it is next week because obviously I didn't do it this Monday, just gone. I was gonna do it on Thursday, but then I couldn't. So I'll be back Monday, usual time, 4:30 p.m. UK time. Big up Barry O'Malatelli. Big up to obviously Steve's always in the chat, even though he's on stream. Big up Warrior J as well. Ryan this Egypt says this guy delaying the stream like Shabazz delays a pass. And then Barrio says, I bet Shabazz pass was delayed by 16.10 seconds. Speaking of that, you know what I'm saying? We got man, the Mr. 16 out of 10 building. Ryan, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? Talk to us.
Yo, hang on.
By
the way, can I just say the two girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
Right, big up the panel. As for
It's the fact you didn't give man.
I asked him how he was.
We don't care, man. We don't care.
The main issue about the clip, my beard was fucking too long back then.
Yeah, that's the big problem with the clip.
That's
the big problem is
I don't mean to be that guy in it. I don't mean to be that guy. Like Steve, you're my guy in it. You're my bro in it. Love you to bits. What are you doing here, bro? You don't support any of the two clubs.
I'm here
already,
bro. You know why I'm here? I'm here to hear your Atalanta explanation because I warned you about this.
You know what, right? Steve has a right to be here because myself included, myself and yourself, we got too big for our boots, and we thought this was a foregone.
Players got too big for their boots.
We thought this was a foregone conclusion, and Steve tried to warn myself and yourself. So he actually has a right to be here, man.
Facts. That's exactly why he's here. You know what I'm saying? You don't dictate what goes on here. You don't have to answer to Ryan. You don't run shit around here. Don't worry about it, man. You know what I'm saying? I run the city. You're just to clarify.
I'm the president. For you about to sell him merch?
I'm the president. Me? Did you put up any of the style money?
No, but I put the clip.
Oh, yeah, right then. Yeah. You don't even want this merch out. Let's not do that.
No, I don't want it out. But
exactly, sure then. It's going out because of me. Unless you putting up some money and you putting up time and energy into it, I don't want to hear shit. You know what I'm saying? All these backseat drivers.
Whose reputation's taking a big hit throughout.
Your reputation was in the gutter before that clip. What are we talking about? That didn't destroy nothing. It just took it from a worldwide scale to regional, from regional to worldwide. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's all Terry it is. Playing it on football terrace, bro. You know how terrible that is.
Wait. Who had Terry playing it? Did I send it to Terry?
Terry played it.
Yeah, Terry played it.
Terry played it. I actually didn't even
wait. Hold up. Who? I didn't send it to Terry. Just to clarify. I didn't send it to Terry. I didn't send it to Troops. I didn't send it to Saeed. I didn't send it to Lee Gunner. I didn't send it to anybody.
Wait, Lee Gunner played it?
Yeah, Lee Gunner knows about it.
Yeah,
he plays it.
Brother,
See, I
your
didn't say
thing
this
is
in the
going
news.
worldwide.
Worldwide,
Bro, I laid the seed last night because if you remember, one of the first things I said was, the football gods. I got to shout out Mr. 16 out of 10 himself.
He did say that
I
to
said that on the terrace. So I laid the seed in there, last night. So
yeah, man.
Wait,
Yeah,
Ryan, have you been stopped yet in the streets? Like, 16 out of 10 guy. Have you been stopped?
Nah, man.
That's gonna
That's on
happen
its way.
soon.
That's
That's on its way. That's
on
gonna happen soon.
That's on its way. Hey, like
Anyhow,
I said,
I
people
can't
speaking of
ignore
merch.
the person who says
somewhere with 16 out of 10, then I know it's gone.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. And don't worry, people. The merch will be available to pre-order by the end of the weekend. So by Sunday, the site's already there. I'm just doing the final bits and pieces. And you already know it's going to be at the great price of £16.10. And if you are a member of the channel,
to buy a T-shirt for £16.
Have you seen my ads?
I'm buying one.
Have you seen
any purchases been made?
Have you seen? Is the site up and running?
I have no idea. I don't.
Okay,
care.
so how are people gonna buy it if the site's not up and running?
There we go. Like if no purchases have been made,
yes, because it's not available. Hey, Steve, are you buying one?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. So that's one purchase right there.
Has he brought any actions?
That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. One in black and white. Like,
yeah, man, talking about exactly. Oh yeah, there's different. Oh yeah, just to clarify, since we're going there, people, it will be available. There's 2 different designs and there's 4 different colors as well, people. So there's 2 different designs. There's one that says 16 out of 10 in writing, and then there's another one that says 16/10. We got it in black and white and black, red and black, and blue and white. So no matter what team you support, there's probably your colors. And obviously, like Ivorian mentioned, there will be special edition tees, around holidays and stuff. So like Christmas, Valentine's Day, Easter, summer, etc., etc. We going all out with this. And like I said, it'd be at the great price of £16.10. And like Ram said last week, if you're a member of the channel, people, before we launch by Sunday, there'll be 16. You'll get 16% off, people. So you already know, man. So large up to everyone that's tapped in. So yeah, site will be up and running by the end of this week. So pre-orders will be available, and then we will launch officially on Tuesday. And everyone guess what the date is on Tuesday. But run up the lights. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the Make sure you hit and you know what I'm saying? And you already know the time that we are going to launch on Tuesday. What's understood ain't got to be spoken about, people. All right, you'll figure it out. Okay, this dumb.
I was gonna say, you don't know what time it's coming out on Tuesday, then you know.
But pre-orders will be available, people. But large up, yeah, Hassan played it as well. Hey, shout out to Sunshine in the cut as well. Everyone asking for Mr. 16 out of 10. Shout out to Northside as well, who played the clip. Everyone, man, continue to run up.
Northside as well.
Yeah, Northside. Yeah. Shout out to everyone.
You're viral, man. You're viral.
Man. Viral for being an Egypt, you know what I'm saying? And that. Enjoy, man.
Viral for the right reasons, though.
Yeah, it's for the right reasons for me, for you, maybe not. But hey, hold that. You know what I'm saying? Look at
By the way, can I just say the 2 girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
All right, big up the panel. It's
just crazy. It's just crazy.
I don't think I understand how bad this is. Like, bro, real talk.
And a crazy show about to get crazier. Got my Don Lex in the building. Yes, Lex. What are you telling me, family? You good?
Oh, not this guy, man.
What's going on, Lex?
We got Lex.
What are you telling me, Lex? You good? Yo, can you hear us, fam? Yeah, no stress, Lex. Yeah, no stress. But yeah, you lot run up the likes anyway. We are here not just to shit on Ryan, even though that's a daily occurrence here and it's thoroughly encouraged over here. Make sure you run up the likes, hit the share button, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV, hit the notification bell as well, people. And we will be here to discuss Liverpool losing at home to Atalanta 3-0. And you know what, Ryan? Since you're the man of the moment, you know what I'm saying? You're the Egypt in the building. We'll go to you first because you was confident in going into this game. 6th place in Serie A. I'm shaking in my boots. So thoughts on the game, because you happen to be there. So you got front row seats to the shit show. Talk to us. Thoughts?
When I think about it, right, that might actually be the worst performance. When you take everything into account, like context and everything, that might be the worst performance I've seen us put in under Jurgen Klopp. Like when I think of everything, when you think, obviously we've had some bad ones in the past, like obviously ones last season, but like just thinking of the players we have and everything, European quarterfinal at home as well, and we were literally, there was nothing good about the performance last night. There was we didn't have one spell in the game where you looked at and you think, we had a good spell at that time, innit? Like for example, you know when we lost like 7-2 to Aston Villa, right?
Yeah.
That performance was nowhere near as bad as last night. I'm telling you right now, bro. That performance against Villa, we lost 7-2, was nowhere near as bad as last night. Like, there was, in the first half in that Villa 7-2 game, we actually had a spell where we were actually really good, but we just didn't take our chances and stuff. Yesterday
and nobody remembers when you have good spells and like blowout defeats also.
Yeah, I remember that 7-2 game, bro. Like, and there were like 3 deflected goals in that game as well. Like, there was weird stuff in that game. But yesterday, Atalanta should have won by more than 3. They literally should have won by more than. It was like the first half. We started off not too bad, not good, but not too bad. But like we just got worse as the half went on. Like we couldn't pass the ball. There was no intensity or rhythm to our play. We were barely creating any chances. Obviously, we had like the Nunes one, but that Bozo missed as usual. And then Elliott hit the bar. That was a bit unlucky. But other than that, we didn't do anything. And they had the better chances. They had one in the first few minutes from Skamaka. They scored the goal. They had another good one as well, where the guy, I think a cross came in and he backheeled it when he should have shot, which was a weird one of their players. And then they had a 1-on-1 from Koopmeiners just before half time. Like, bro, they could have scored 4 in the first half alone. And second half, we were even worse. Like, we actually made changes at half time, and we came out worse, bro. Like, and you think, I thought second half, okay, we're gonna be shooting towards the Kop. We're gonna dominate. Create some chances, etc. Probably turn it around, get a 2-1 lead. I don't know, something like that. But we barely created anything. We had like a couple of chances, and that was it, bro. And then they just hit us counter attack. It was ridiculous, man. We couldn't handle their man-to-man system. We could not handle that at all. Because we couldn't handle it was like, and it just seemed too complacent. There was like an arrogance from the team yesterday. And we have seen that quite a few times during the season. The problem, and that's, for me, is a reason why we start off games so slowly at times, and why we can see the first goal in a lot of games. It just so happens in a lot of those games, we manage to turn it around because we simply are a lot better than the other teams in terms of quality of players that we have. The fact is, Atalanta, we couldn't turn it around yesterday. They were too good for us on the day. They took the lead, and we were too complacent at the start. And once we realized we were actually in an actual game, and we had no right to be complacent or arrogant, we couldn't get our game going. The damage was done in a way because Atalanta had a lot of momentum. They were dominating us. It was ridiculous, bro. Like, honestly, there was nothing. It was a shameful performance. Honestly, it was. Yeah, man. At home as well. Like, if we were away from home, it wouldn't make it right, obviously. But at least you could say, okay, away from home, sometimes these things are gonna happen, maybe. But at home, in front of our fans, like, come on, bro, that's taking the piss, man. That is actually taking the piss. And for me, our season's done. And people are gonna say, oh, title, Premier League title. We're not winning, bro. If you think the players are gonna recover from what happened last night, 3-0 at home in a European quarter-final, are you mad? How can you recover from that?
You don't think they can? When you say don't think you do?
No, I don't. I think you can. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll recover from that.
Right.
Yeah, because you don't think they'll beat Palace, right? That's crazy.
Beating Palace, bro.
And that's where I'm gonna stop you there, right?
Please, knackered. No, I'm not. We all know
hey, like we said, yeah, go on, Brian. Go on.
I'll already tell you. 3 minutes in, this will be 3 minutes in. We're going to be hearing this. 3 minutes into the Palace game. Arteta gives Palace the lead at Anfield. That's what we're going to be hearing, bro.
I agree with you.
To be fair,
it's just crazy to hear from Ryan, from Jurgen's quadruple chasing Reds to how do we beat Crystal Palace at home in the space of a fortnight.
That was when we were winning games and doing well.
It's 16 days, yo.
We had momentum.
So just one defeat. Just one defeat.
We had momentum. We won a trophy. Like we were on high.
Every
Ryan, my problem with you is though, yeah, you're entitled to your opinion, but it just changes that the weather. Like, it's 1 minute we're here, then we're there, and this. That's the only thing. Obviously, you're entitled to think what you want to think, but I will agree with you. I even before the Atalanta game, I said Mateta will probably put Palace up 1-0 by Elise. Really that's to cut in that trademark cross he does. But I think we'll beat Palace. That you could be right, Ryan. We could lose to Palace, but I think we need to remember before today, our last loss, I think, at Anfield was against Madrid last year. Right, we do rarely lose at home, but most of what you said, Ryan, your spawn, it was embarrassing. It was actually embarrassing.
Bro, you know what it is? I'm not even heartbroken. I'm not like heartbroken about it.
I
Like,
am.
at the end of the day, I'm not heartbroken. Like, it's like I've seen my
This
team
is
in the
what I thought
Champions
would
League.
win.
Like if no, but what I'm saying is, if it was in the Champions League, I'd be heartbroken in it. Europa League, like I wanted to win it. I want to win it. Don't get me wrong. Like I really wanted to win it. But like I've seen my team win a Champions League at the end of the day. Like Europa League, like I'd celebrate. Of course, I'd be so happy. But let's be real. After a few days, the kind of buzz about it would go for me if we were to win it. Like after a few days. Champions League's different. Champions League stays
Let him
like,
Steve.
like
Steve,
the
let
whole-
him land. You can
the-
respond. Go
like
on,
if we'd have won the champion, like I remember we won the Champions League, yeah, bro. That summer was just mental. That was the best summer I've ever had, bro. Like after we won the Champions League, if Europa would be nice, but a few days later I'd be like, okay, fine, just like. But so I'm not heartbroken about going out of Europa, but I'm just pissed off, bro. It's more pissed off, man. Like just how embarrassing it was. That's what it is for me. Like embarrassing, man. Like yeah, that's what it was. Like.
Go on, Steve. You had to respond.
I was just gonna say, I think, but say you beat Bayer Leverkusen. Let's say Bayer Leverkusen, and I think they will. Let's say they win all of their games from the Bundesliga. Like they win all of their games. They win the Pokal. I think the DFB Pokal final against Kaiserslautern. I don't know if it's before or after that.
25th of May. The only reason I know that I actually saw it today. I wouldn't have known that otherwise. But 25th of May.
Well, imagine, Ryan. Imagine if, let's say you make the final, because you still, I don't give it a high probability, but you always got to consider it. Let's say you make that final and Leverkusen win all of their games. They get 94 points in the Bundesliga. They win the Pokal. You could stop them from being one of the first ever side to have a truly invincible season in 3 competitions, and you beat them in the final, a last-minute winner like Salah. You're telling me
who is you?
You're telling me
go on about it all summer. I
do you
can't like,
mean?
I'd be happy to. I would have been happy to dunk on Alonso, but like.
You stopped in the scenario I give. You stopped a team from creating history in Jurgen Klopp's last ever game.
But I care more about what we create for our own history.
Yeah, they care about
I would have been happy to dunk on Alonso, but like,
hey, when Liverpool and the Newcastle blood, stop with the rubbish. Newcastle, we'll leave them small things to Newcastle blood. You can go stop whoever you need for stop blood. What you talking about?
Do you know what, Steve? Yeah. Everything you
said. You can stop history, no, bro. We create history. Don't bother with that. Don't bother with that.
That's why I said it would be Jurgen Klopp's last ever game. He wins.
No, as a matter of fact, fuck this Jurgen Klopp guys, in. Fuck all of these guys. Fuck all of them. Listen, man, not accepting no 3-0 defeat to fucking Atalanta at home at the mighty Anfield, where 12th man is all we need. You get what I say? You get what I say? All of these men we can't show up. All of this fucking diagonal fucking backline. Since when we can't keep a straight backline, a play man inside like this with a fucking S. With an S, what kind of backline that? Like what going to the side?
Diagonal backline is hilarious.
Yeah, brother. Because dog, Van Dijk over there saw play Skamaka inside. And Skamaka just there by himself. Like Skamaka supposed to look around and say, what the fuck is this? On my inside, on the ball director, so oh, go on. I can't Liverpool me play. So me can't understand what I'm going for the side. Because these man just it's like we draw with United and then we just become United. It's like we just switch places.
The way you looked in transition on the counter attack, you did look like us.
Bro,
I was like, right.
Oh my days.
Flawless.
We never had no shape.
Bro, in the second half, our shape was fucked. I was seeing
I
Robertson
watched.
as the centre forward all the time, bro. The amount of time I saw fucking Robertson as the centre forward.
I watched.
Do you know what, Steve? Everything you said, yeah. I didn't even look at it like that because I wasn't aware. I know they're undefeated in the league. I didn't know they were undefeated in all competitions.
They have not lost a game since May of last season. It's coming up on a
good. Hold on. You support a Bundesliga team, Steve?
Bayern München. Yeah.
All right. Yes, that is why you want that. Listen, Leverkusen listen. Leverkusen do everything you need to do, please.
I got other skin in the game too. The longest unbeaten streak in footballing history has been Benfica at 48 games in the 50s with Eusebio.
Steve. I hear you. Go on, Ram.
I was going to say, adding on to everything you said, Steve, It's as simple for me, and G will tell you from the minute we drew to Aston Villa in our penultimate game, when it got confirmed we're finishing 5th, I said, this is a trophy I want to win because, and I know you agree with what I'm about to say, Steve. After the Champions League and Prem, if you're not in the Champions League, that's the 3rd biggest club competition you can win. You're not about to tell me FA Cup's bigger than the Europa League, and it's only this country that disrespects it. You watch every European league pretty much. You know they'll kill for you the Europa League. They actually treasure it. And I hear what Ryan's saying. He want to win it, but he's not heartbroken. But for me, this is the only trophy. This and the Carabao we've won as well. These were the only 2 realistically I predicted we were going to win at the start of the season. I never had us winning the Premier League, and never the whole midfield rebuild. I thought, cool, we finished top 4, whatnot, fine, but I didn't have us winning the league. But expectations change. So obviously, as we're doing, I can't even say doing well performance-wise in the league, but as we're level with Arsenal on points and behind on goals, I think, you know what, why not go for it? Because expectations do change. But this is still the one, and G would vouch for me, this is still the one I wanted to win. All along from
Rom's been saying it.
But Rom's,
go on, Ryan.
Like for me, a reason why I was like so pissed off last night as well is because I was thinking, as I was walking out the stadium, I was thinking to myself, how the fuck is this going to affect our league form? Like I was just thinking of the league form.
I don't think it will.
You know why, Ryan? Maybe.
But wait, real quick.
Go on, Steve.
Wasn't that the conversation after you guys lost in the FA Cup to Man United? This won't affect the league form or the reverse fixture, not the reverse fixture, the same exact fixture, just in the league.
Steve, I'll tell you now, it will be an ugly win against Palace. It's not going to be pretty.
Oh yeah,
we're probably going to have another poor performance in my opinion.
We've got 3 wins in 7 games. Last 7 games, we only won 3 times.
I don't think we.
Bro, when I did my match reaction this morning, someone was saying it in the chat. I was like, okay, let me check, bro. We've got 3 wins in our last 7 games.
That's what the games against though. So
and they've been ugly, and all our wins have been ugly.
And who's the other one? Who's the other one you didn't beat? Who's the other one you didn't beat? So it's us twice. I'm guessing.
United twice.
All right, so that makes that's not as bad as it sounds.
We should have beat.
It's not as bad as it sounds, but it's like at this stage of the season,
bro,
when you
it's a problem.
kind of run 3 out of 7, you're like, yo, that's less than half.
Yeah. I get that. Like us is the 2 against United are the ones that look bad. City, all right, you look at Atalanta, obviously. As well. Yeah, well, of course. But the thing is,
here's the problem.
Yeah, go on, Lex, go on.
Here's the problem that I have. Right? So for a good while now, we haven't been very convincing, to be honest. Why? Here's why I say that. Because even in games that we've won, we've missed way more chances than we've scored. Right? So that and not only that, in those games that we've looked defensively frail against very simple opposition. Like we struggled against flipping Sheffield. As much as our people want to say we won 3-1, we only got that win from an absolute thunderbolt from McAllister in the 77th minute. But for the rest of that game, it was literally man just a threat. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
By the way, Sheffield United had a chance in 30 seconds of the game.
Sheffield could have won or even drawn that game from early out. So it's just a case where I look at these performances, right? Exactly. I look at these performances and I'm saying something is trending in the wrong direction. So there's one of 2 things that can happen. Either we bounce back from these bad performances and start to elevate our level, or it just gets worse. And what has happened is that it has gotten worse. Because you cannot tell me
Man United, etc. It has gotten worse.
Yeah, it has gotten worse. Because you cannot tell me that Mr. Jurgen Klopp, we've praised you for so many years, but you can't beat the statistically worst fucking Manchester United team pretty much we've ever seen in our lifetime. You can't coach a win against them. I don't care about players this or that. I don't care. Statistically, you are one of the greatest managers to ever grace the league, innit? Yes. So beat them, blood. Yeah. Beat them. And then you get smoked at home versus Atalanta with your backline being Tsimikas, Konate, Van Dijk, and whoever was playing right back. And you're telling me you just get we never just got beaten on some fluke. We got fucking molested, blood.
Hey, yo, relax.
Liverpool, listen, the man them just pull up and say, yo, take off your pants, blood, in your own house, blood. and your wife and kids at home, blood, and I have to watch the whole of this shit, blood. That's what we get yesterday, blood.
Yeah, you got moved to.
No, but
Just
Lex,
you
know what it is though. Lex,
it could have been more. It could have been more.
It could have been more.
Oh, you
It could
mean
have been way more than 3. But
Yeah,
you know
it
what
could
it is
have
at
with Lex,
Anfield, blood? There's no excuse. I don't care how much I love Klopp, brother. You have to answer for your fucking sins, because this is unacceptable, blood. We don't listen. We're not even approach the thing. Oh, we wanted to win. Yo, no matter, even if we're going to go out to Atalanta, it cannot be like this.
No, that's fair.
Yeah,
I agree.
You know, we've never lost 3-0 at Anfield under Klopp. We've never lost 3-0 at Anfield.
Yeah, we've never
in his whole 9 years. Never lost 3-0.
But they have.
So it's like the man just tired. Him come out early and say, "Yo, guys, I'm so tired. I'm gonna leave." And so fuck everything then, innit? Because why are you all these years Klopp has been here? I've never seen this man chop and change the team so much. Just a chop and change. Every week is a different lineup. Why?
Nah, he did.
Just stick to the same lineup, and then like
a couple of years ago when we were going for the quadruple, he was rotating a fair bit.
Bro, but we had a better team. Yeah. We weren't relying on some kids, blood.
Ryan, that was only our front line. Our midfield was pretty much still. You could name most games. I'll say our front line.
Yeah, but that's because our midfield options were pretty shit that year. Really.
Yeah, but and I think I seen the stat saying that Atalanta they have the third best record against you lot in Europe. I think it's only Madrid.
They do.
Like, a couple of years ago in the group.
And I think
fans, but still, the Beals at Anfield then.
It was when they had Ilicic, Gerson, Hattabor.
Was Zapata there?
Yeah. Papu Gomez.
That was 2-0, innit? We lost 2-0 at home.
2-0. But we beat them 5-0 first at their place and then lost 2-0 at home.
Hey, before we continue though, big up everyone that is tapped in. I see you lot entertained. Shout out all the 16 out of 10ers out there. Big up to all of you lot. Let's run up the likes. Make sure you hit the share button across all the socials. 1 second. Subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you subscribe to G's channel as well. The link's underneath in the description. One of the mods, please put the link for G's channel in the chat as well. But G man, your thoughts on the game as well. Your thoughts.
I mean, everyone's kind of said it. Like, we were that shit. But at the same time, same time of being shit, Flores, how many episodes have I come on in and told you about the performance of Liverpool? Has it not been reminiscent of that kind of performance that you've seen? I've kind of seen it. So, obviously, you're vexed. You lose 3-0. That's fine. But I've kind of seen that kind of performance anyway this season in other games. The difference is, we don't
get away with it. Yesterday.
You know what I mean. You don't get for example, when we played Wolves away, when we should have gone 2-0 down, but Cunha, for some reason, decided that he didn't want to head it in. When we played against West Ham at home, and they should have scored before we scored first. When we played against Brentford at home, when they should have scored before we, scored first. And thankfully, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen these kind of results.
The Newcastle game, New Year's Day.
Like, I could realize,
even though we won that.
By the way, I'm not sitting here saying that I thought we were going to lose the game. I thought we'd win the game. But I've also seen these kind of performances come in all the time. Now, I didn't think it would come in that kind of game in that way. But if you keep doing the same things and expecting different results, eventually, at some point in time, it's not going to work. You feel me? So when I saw the game, how it panned out, that's why I just sat there. When Mandem are just chatting, I was just like, I mean, everyone's all vexed about it, and I hear it. Well, we got embarrassed, and that banter is going to last for days. But at the same time, no one can sit here and say you didn't see these kind of performances in other games earlier on in the season. You didn't see the players missing chances. You didn't see this guy not passing well enough. You didn't see Gomez looking like he was lost. You didn't see Tsimikas not playing. But you've seen all of these things over and over again. Difference, we put the chances away. As Lex just said, we get through the Sheffield United game 3-1. Everyone looks at the scoreline. You just think, but you won 3-1. Why are you moaning about it? But the reality is, bro, we watched the game.
We went hell for leather.
Even games like
with these brothers. So it's like when we talk about these things, when we talk about games and stuff like that, the bants is one thing. And Liverpool fans are gonna have to hold that for a minute. But on the flip side of it, bro, man analyzes the games, every single game that we play. I'm not surprised that we got slapped by an Atalanta team who were just efficient and were just rigid in what they needed to do. And they did the one thing that I've not seen any team do to Liverpool this season. they were able to keep up from minute 1 to 90.
And that's sustained.
Usually tailors off.
Keep in mind, they've played Europa. They're still in the Coppa Italia. They're doing the leagues.
And this is it. Like, usually what happens is the teams that we struggle against, like a Sheffield United or whatever, they do what they need to do in the first half. Second half, they're tired now. Obviously, you're playing against Liverpool. Salah, the Diaz, Nunes, all these guys, the quality over time, quality will always tell over a period of time. But when you come up against a team, you can keep this up for 90 minutes. Brother, they were still running come the 90th minute. They were still going. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, there's not really much you can do with that if that's what they're doing. So when that happens, you're now in this position. That's why I'm not gonna lie and say I thought we would lose, but I'm not gonna sit here and also lie and say I didn't actually think we would. I didn't think during the game anyway that we kind of deserved to lose because they were just keeping it up, and we can't answer that. You can't answer for that. We don't have an answer when you come up against a team like that. We can't break it down in any way, shape, or form.
Look, I just want to make a slight amendment to that statement. It's not that we don't have an answer. It's that Klopp is unwilling to set up to counter their style of play. Klopp is unwilling to change his style of play to set up to counter them. Because all you had to do was drop back the line a few yards and keep a solid line. Stop trying to play this dumbass offside trap that they're actually exploiting the entire game. Just make some changes, Klopp. It won't kill you to just actually do something for a cup, because in cup games, what you have to do is you have to ensure that you win it. And sometimes that means straying away from your philosophy. Why? Because sometimes you don't have enough time for your philosophy to actually see itself through. So sometimes you have to say, Van Dijk, you keep getting beat, or Konate, you keep getting beat. Drop back a few yards, right? Let's try to get back into the rhythm of the game, because what happened was Atalanta came at our house, took our rhythm, and just kept it. We just never got it back. We literally never got it back. Klopp was panicking, making halftime substitutions, something I rarely ever see this man do. Usually it's just one. This man made like, what, 3? It was just so strange.
Yeah, we got worse.
But you know what's so mad, Lex? You know what's even crazy about what you just said there, yeah? Sorry to even cut you like that, but you see,
no problem.
What you just said there, you and I both know the man won't change. Roms, how many times have you asked this brother to just change what you're doing? Like,
just do something different.
Do something like
this has been a problem for years, though,
bro. From he came in, bro. I've been saying this for years. It has been pissing me off. First of all, I don't entirely like our style of play. I really don't.
Bro,
you get me?
I haven't liked it for years. I have to be honest.
You get me? It's just that it has been producing results, so it's like, fuck it. All right, do your thing, Klopp. But at the end of the day, bro, don't cost us trophies by just being so stubborn, because it has cost us too many trophies. Too many times, all you have to do is just relax and build, yo. You get me? Look, it has gotten, so we've gotten pride out of it, right? We've seen where Pep had to part the bus against us and thing, right? Because of our style of play, and we won't stray from it. So Pep don't necessarily have the players to counteract us, so he might sit back a little. But Pep does that because Pep wants to win. So Klopp, whenever you in a situation where you need for just change something, just a little, just do it, bro. Just do it. Take fucking Szoboszlai out of the Hender role. For God's sakes, just fucking do it.
He's an attacking midfielder.
This man is literally ruining Szoboszlai, blood.
Lex, do you know the one time I've seen Klopp be tactically, have a bit of tactical nous? Do you remember when we beat City 1-0 and Salah scored the only goal of the game?
The Cancelo thing.
Yeah, he actually dropped the line back, and we were actually pragmatic.
Yeah,
we got a result.
Exactly.
That's the one. That's one of. He's done it a few other times, but that's the one that comes to my head where he actually adapted. Other than that, listen, he's been doing.
But bro, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I see certain things like that, and in the back of my head, I'm wondering if it's Van Dijk just say, "Yo, fuck this, yo guys, do this." Serious, because at some time you get a message. At some point in time, like somebody has to step up and do something, blood. Now you're getting touched at home against Atalanta. One thing you have to do is ensure that you don't give up too many goals. Okay, you go 1-0 down. Our instinct after going 1-0 down is to say, what, you think you can come to Anfield and have us 1-0 down?
Well,
let's go.
You've been doing that all season though, Lex, in regards to going a goal down and then actually overturn
time.
Yeah.
Is it 20 times?
20 times.
Yeah, but bro, every time I see something like this, it's almost as if there's an air of arrogance in our team that I don't know where we're getting it from. Because we have no reason to have this arrogance. These men are touching the pitch like they've already won, blood. That's literally how we went out against Manchester United. Like, I almost got fucking touched, blood.
You know, there was a comment
by 316. Eric Ten Hag 316. That's what almost touched us. These men are collecting 3-0 from Bournemouth at home, but we can't beat them all year.
Speaking of three times. 3 times.
Man, break, dog.
It's all right, Lex, man.
You're planted.
There was a comment here that just got put in the chat here that just made me laugh, because I was like, this reminds me of when like this kind of epitomizes the stubbornness from Jurgen Klopp, from the real king. Where he says, I remember the season when Liverpool had lots of injuries at centre back and he was still playing a high line. It's like those kind of things.
Bro, that shit drove me insane.
Exactly. But these are
the reason it drove me, that wasn't the only problem that season. The other problem was we were way more gang pressing and everyone was getting injured. And all I was saying is, Klopp, please stop. This man cannot do your football. Wait till you get your players.
And the thing is, and by the way, I agree with everything that Lex is saying there, because it's almost like on the flip side, and the thing is, it's always going to be a flip side. When you win, it's not going to be like scrutinized as much, because it will be seen as mentality monsters. It will be seen as this and that, whatever the case may be. But when I think about it, sometimes I just sit there and think, like, if you guys, and I'm not here to crash it on Klopp. I've done that for the last 2 years, man. He's leaving now. I'm gonna leave
Lewis
that guy.
Is doing enough in the chat, shout out, Lewis, though.
But like when it does come to these kind of situations, Lex said it perfectly. Like, you got to realize we've been to 4 European finals. We have 1 out of that 4. So
yeah,
clearly,
and bro,
within that, like, do you know what I mean?
And not just that, it's also in the league where I've seen games. All right, look, we all know that Klopp does not have the best in-game management. That is probably one of his weaknesses.
Management this year has been good. Like, let's give him credit.
It's improved compared to last season, because last season.
No, I'm talking overall.
Let's be honest.
No. Just think about it. I'm talking overall from day one. There have been matches where we have question like, Klopp, what are you doing? You get me? There are matches where he has made changes and it worked. But I'm saying a lot of the times we have lost the league by just a point or 2.
Yeah.
And if one of these games Klopp just did the right thing, we would have won the league. You get what I'm saying? It's just these fine margins. It's just these fine margins. Now, people might look at it and say, it's FSG why Klopp is tired, because Klopp keeps giving FSG keeps giving Klopp all these I guess we have to spend to buy and this and that and what have you. So instead of going out every season and spending 50 to 100 mil or 150 getting players, we might do 60 to 70 this season, and then we'll wait for like 2 years and we'll win the league, but then we don't buy anybody after we win the league, or we win the Champions League and then we don't improve on the squad after doing that. And then we drain out the players that we have to the point where we're finishing 5th. And then now this season we'll bounce back because we revamped the whole new midfield. But guess what you had to do? You had to clear the entire midfield. So what you cannot expect is consistency right throughout the season from your midfield, because it is brand new. Now we can make all these excuses. But until Klopp comes out and says, FSG is the reason I'm tired and I'm quitting because I'm sick of these bums, I'm blaming Klopp.
You know why you got to blame Klopp as well, Lex, right? He signed a contract extension knowing what he's in for. So he's complicit. He knew the terms. He knew the terms of FSG. So he has to be complicit, because so we can't. I don't like when the minute something goes bad, it's just FSG. We know what FSG are about. and we know how well Klopp's done under their constraints. But don't then sign an extension for something knowing the terms and conditions, because you're then complicit. That's why.
He
Understand.
also signed the contract knowing the power that he was going to get.
He was going to have exactly.
And look how that's not worked out great. Let's be honest. Like he's made like 1 or 2 good transfers with the power he's had. Maka and Endo. I can't. Think
Endo wasn't his. That was Schmatke. Schmatke.
Schmatke was Endo. Schmatke was Endo. That wasn't even Klopp. So like, I'm not even
that's what I'm saying.
for that. Like McAllister's the only one you can think of that probably Klopp got right. All the others have been bums. Like,
but the thing is, no, it's not really bums. It's all right. Look, the mistake Klopp made with Szoboszlai is Klopp ignored the type of player Szoboszlai was and looked at his fitness, that it matched the levels that Milner had. That's I'm pretty damn sure that's literally what he did. Oh, Sobo is the fittest one in the team now that Milner is gone. He's taking Milner's place. So let's treat him like Milner. No. You cannot treat Sobo like Milner. He played for Hungary the other day, and this man was smashing goals. This man was playing like a proper attacking player. And then he comes back here and he must have cover for the right back. Him play attacking. Him facilitate for Hungary. And then this man come back to Liverpool. Oh, you're a midfielder now, sir. And you have to tackle and you have to run because you're the fittest amongst all of us. And somebody's just doing all of this and just looking like shit.
I had this debate with my boy though, yeah. I said, cool. Klopp's trying to turn him into Henderson, right? Doing all of this. He turned him to a workhorse. However,
wait. Just that statement alone. Why are you trying to turn? Why are you trying to turn anyone in this world into Hendo? We wanted to get rid of Hendo 5 years ago. We don't want him back in no way, shape, or form. I don't care. Don't bring him back as Szoboszlai. Don't bring him back as McAllister. Don't bring him back as Gravenberch. Don't bring him back as Endo. We've gotten rid of him, and we've wanted to get rid of him for the longest. Yes, he has done wonderful things, but if we had a better midfielder, we would have won more. Yes, Klopp, you did amazing things with Hendo, but Hendo has always been shit. He's been shit when we bought him. He's been shit when he won the Champions League. He's been shit when he won the league.
You're going too far.
I don't care. I don't care.
Henderson wasn't shit when we won those trophies.
You know what, Ryan?
Ryan, Jesus Christ. Not because he played good in a system means he was good. Because if you put a better player in the same system, we would have won more. This is what I'm saying.
You have to look at it. When you fall short by a point, you have to look at these.
Do you know what it is? No,
back on the Champions League and Premier League, Henderson was actually very effective.
But what would you have again effective?
Bro, that is and this is the reasoning of modern football fans. Because Doku can do the stanky leg, he's effective. Because Haaland scores 50 goals, he's effective. But what else does he do? All right, Hendo, you are effective. Why? Because you drop into right back when Trent goes forward, and you help Trent get assists and this and that.
Yeah.
Right? That's wonderful, right?
Go on, Ryan. Hold on, Ryan. 1 second. You get a chance to respond. We'll get to that. Ryan, we're gonna get to Szoboszlai. Go on, Rums. I want to hear your thoughts.
This is back on Szoboszlai. The debate I had with my boy, right? He said, I've got sympathy for Szoboszlai because he's being turned to a workhorse. When we know he's a technician, he's more of attacking. But my point was, he's not even doing the basics well. His weight of pass, his shooting. Szoboszlai's not even doing the base well. But then my boy then said to me, and if you played football, you know this. When you're tired on the ball, you have a tired mind. You can't do what your mind, like your mind wants to do one thing, but your body's doing another thing, right? And he said, do you think when he's getting in them final thirds, because of all the runs that been done, he's got a tired mind? When my boy said that to me, I thought, you know what? I didn't think of it like that. That's why I think altogether, we just need to take him control. This is why I'm waiting. This personally, there's some fans said sell him. Ryan, you were one of them reaction.
Yeah, I sell him tomorrow.
No. See, that's why you need to calm down, because if it is Amorim that comes in potentially, that's a more possession-based manager that will probably cater more for Szoboszlai. That's why I'm giving him an extra year. If he doesn't do well next year, then I'll entertain conversation about selling him. But I think we've only got a couple of weeks left of Klopp. And I think under another manager like Amorim, we might see a better, maybe the one we see for Hungary. I say we still need to be patient.
Bro,
But I'm not.
I'll be honest with you.
Hey Lex, before you go, 1 second, Lex. 1 second.
Yeah.
Before you go, let me just get to the super chat real quick. Big up to Eli, my don, who says, to be fair, Klopp is working miracles with this team, as they're not as great as everyone thinks they are. I feel Man U, Spurs, Aston Villa, Chelsea aren't that far away. In regards to him working miracles with the team, yeah, I think he has done well with the team, but they've also fell short because of the lack of quality. When you look at how close they've been, if they had a little bit more quality, or even an extra Premier League or extra Champions League,
we'd have one more Premier League, one more Champions League.
Yeah, it changes, but even if it's just one of either, it changes Klopp's legacy so much if he gets an extra Prem or an extra Champions. Look at how close it is and the fine margins. This is why you have to nitpick, not just at him, but also at the players as well. When you're falling short twice by a point, when you're in, like G said, 4 European finals and you've won one, don't know how many times they've gone out in semi-finals. Like, you have to look at these things, the transfer market, etc. Not going to get a new midfielder, like when you lot signed Melo on the last day and things, that when you was praised before seasons before that about your recruitment and how good it was and how you had no misses and players was fitting in and players would make the transition to Liverpool comfortably. So as good as you lot have been and as good as Klopp has been, when we start nitpicking and looking at you lot for, hey, Klopp's legacy looks spooky. But when I first said this, I was hating because Manchester United.
No, but look,
that's a whole different conversation.
But look, flawless. You have to analyze and look at the team and realize that Klopp is like a family guy. And Klopp has this loyalty to certain players that I won't necessarily understand, because I don't think it's a case where he just didn't have the facilities to get rid of said man. You get me? No, I'm cussing Hender, right? But who can disagree that we should have at least gotten rid of Hender like 3 years ago?
Oh yeah, minimum. Yeah. 2021 we should have got rid. 2021.
By the time we got rid of James Milner, how long ago should we have gotten rid of him? Why we realize
first year he underperformed.
We realize after 2 flipping years that Naby Keita wasn't just going to do it. Why did we keep him? How long did we take fucking Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and have this man just on the hospital bed, just taking care of him after Arsenal shipped him out? And we've literally kept this exact midfield for so long, right?
Yeah. And
then we took one summer to overhaul the entire midfield.
Yeah.
And it, as a result, because look, people are saying, oh, Subus like this, or this player this, or this player that. We have literally revamped the entire midfield with these new guys, and even if they're shit, they're better than what we had.
Yeah.
And that is the reason we have been able to perform the way we did, because Klopp's midfield isn't dependent on anything but legs. It's mainly leg work. That's Klopp's midfield. Other midfielders, okay, you have the Rodgers of the world, who has his creative prowess and this and that. And for some reason, thank God we got McAllister for this 35 mil, because God, he knows, I couldn't tell when last we've seen this good of a midfielder in our midfield. And guess what? I wouldn't say he's amazing, but he's way better than what we've had for a very long time, barring freaking Thiago, who cannot stay fit.
Thiago's still there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, bro. He was injured, and this man came back from injury, got subbed on, and got injured again.
Yeah. Go on, G. What
and yeah,
go on, G.
No. All I was gonna say, yeah, to that comment about the working the miracles. The only problem I have with that, and again, at the end of the day, we lost at Atalanta. 90% of that was on the players. I would say about 10% was on Klopp. But when we talk about working miracles, sometimes I get a bit like frustrated, and I feel like, what do you mean by like, what's a miracle? Because a miracle to me is Leicester City winning the Premier League. Like that's
Leverkusen doing their thing.
Buying Leverkusen doing this. Like that's more of a miracle.
Is there a difference between overachieving and miracle? Like,
of course, there's a difference, because when you
overachieve, he's overachieving. Maybe I don't know. Like.
I that's a conversation obviously for another day. Yeah. But when people say working miracles, then I almost feel like you're saying that Klopp wasn't the top manager you said he was when he came into the club, because the
That's what he's
reality
supposed to do.
I'm not even saying that he's supposed to win the league. I'm definitely not saying that because we did have a poor team. He did change the team around. We did grow, all of that kind of good stuff. But I mean, if he was as good as we said he was, I kind of thought he would do that anyway.
And that's what it is, G. And it's uncomfortable conversations that he's not as good as people. Not for you. I'm saying for certain people and certain Liverpool fans when I said this. Because when you look at the players he had at his disposal, people want to wax lyrical and tell you how good the players are in regards to Premier League all time. They'll tell you how good Alisson's one of the best goalkeepers we've ever seen, arguably the best. They'll say that about Trent. They'll say Trent and Robbo are one of the best fullback pairings we've ever seen. Van Dijk, greatest centre back. Fabinho in his prime was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, don't even get me started.
How good a front three was of Firmino, Mane, and Salah. They'll tell you Salah's one of the best right wingers we've ever seen. They'll tell you Mane is one of the best left wingers we've ever seen. I've just named 8 points there off the top.
As a matter of fact,
probably more. So if he's doing all these, how you got all these world-class players and you're still failing to deliver? So either the manager's not
no, flawless because Klopp was the one that made them world class because they were shit when they came to us. You have to remember that, sir. So Klopp is to be credited with making Mane, Salah, and Firmino good footballers.
He developed them really well. There's no doubt.
Yeah. I'll say that. To say that they were shit before they came, like they were good players.
I agree with you, but they got astronomically better.
Oh no, and that's where I give him the credit 100%. He made that team a lot better than it was. 100%.
When Mo Salah came to the club, he was known as the Chelsea guy, the guy who.
Hey, bro, listen.
And I give him credit, but then when we look at Pep and Manchester City, Pep don't get that type of thing. What outside of Haaland, outside of Grealish, who did he sign that was ready made that we looked at and went, yeah? Like when John Stones went there, we didn't look at John Stones.
No, Flawless. No. They won't tell you that conversation. They will have the conversation that Pep's just. But I'm like, so what? You thought that Bernardo Silva was just this world-class player at Monaco at Ligue 1? Nah, like do me Rodri when he was shit in that.
Bernardo Silva was next level. I'm telling
you.
No, Steve, you're an alien. We're talking general consensus.
Like he is now.
When Bernardo Silva was signed, the conversation wasn't top class, world class midfielder, one of the best in the league. That wasn't the conversation at the time.
Because money gets thrown around all the time because we're spending too much money. Sorry, Rob's gone.
I was just gonna say quickly. That's why, because Klopp even come out and said, I think 2 summers ago, I've got the best goalkeeper. He was even named it himself from the horse's mouth, right? But this was, I think, one of my first ever stream debut a couple years ago. I said it's like a pick and mix. I can't entertain conversation with him and the Wenger's, Jose's, Fergie's, Pep because it's a buffet. He's picked one of each and gone back and sat down at his plate. So yes, he's a good. I would say great manager, but I can't compare him with the great. Because you're right. Me personally, I only ever said we had about 4 players in their position that were the best. But the general consensus, there was more. There was about 7 or 8. So I agree with you. He needed to get more out of them proper players, and I think that's something our whole fan base agree on. But then you always want in life, you always want excuses, and you want to scapegoat something. That's when you start mentioning FSG and City being able to spend a lot. If you actually go net, I don't like this net spend stuff. But if you actually go net spend for net spend, City actually spend less than us, or just near about. Like per summer, like you said, Flores, other than Haaland and Grealish, which was both within the last year, by the way, or 2. Before that, they weren't spending big. What they do is they might spend like in each position, but it's not a massive amount of money. It was more like quantity for them, not actually the high of the price. And that's why people get confused with the Pep thing.
The Pep narrative actually started with when Pep just came, because when he just came, the spending was a bit more aggressive.
Yeah,
with the fullback.
And then so it was a bit more aggressive. 50 million this fullback, 50 million this fullback in one window, and everybody was losing their minds because of that. But a big part of it was City made certain investments, and Pep has built a team where all he had to do with each following window was just replace this one player, or replace this other player, or replace this other player. You get me? And that is what I wanted for Klopp. I never wanted Klopp to keep this midfield for like 6-7 years and then just dash all these man and then just bring in a whole new 6 man. You get what I say?
It's the Real Madrid thing. Casemiro.
You get me? What I wanted is, all right, Hendo, Hendo off the game. Just leave this Hendo role alone. But what Klopp did was Hendo is at the point where he's willing to do this for me. So because Hendo is willing to do this for me, I can continue to spoil Trent and not actually develop Trent to be an actual right back. Just develop Trent to be an attacker because there's always somebody covering for him. But that is a disservice to Trent when you are going to get up and leave. Because now Trent has defensive frailties that you did not try to fix. And now a new manager might come in and not want to use Trent. Because you selfishly base this entire team solely upon your system. That now that you are leaving, and the only good thing I like about Klopp leaving, with respects to the construction of the team, is that he didn't leave when Hendo, Milner, and them man were here. He has literally just rebuilt the midfield and now he's going to leave. So maybe a new manager coming in, because I think these crop of players, especially in the midfield, aren't necessarily suited to Klopp's system.
Yeah.
Number one, and number two, I think a big part of that is the fact that we don't have an actual DM. Now, praise Endo all you want. I think Endo plays 30 games of the season. I think Endo has 15 games where he'll be good. And then probably like 8 games where he'll be average, and then 7 games where he might be just absolute shit. You get me?
Like
and I think Endo would have been perfect as a backup DM to play the games like the Atalanta or these games, the Europa League, the cup games, and say, you get what I say?
Can I say something about Endo though?
Yeah.
I feel like I thought about this earlier on with Endo. I do think people are going a bit overreactionary with him after a couple of not great games. But with Endo,
that's rich coming from you.
I wouldn't say overreaction.
No, but you know when like I heard
say that in the camera again. Say that in the camera again.
No, I heard Sam say earlier on he'd entertain an offer for Endo. I'm like, but it was only a couple of days ago he was seen on the bargains of the summer, like, and now you all of a sudden you want to sell.
No, I'm not going that far though.
I was going to make a different point about Endo. I was going to make a different point about Endo. What I was going to say about Endo is I feel like he performs way better in the Premier League than he does in Europe. That's what I think. That's what I feel.
You know
like.
why?
I can't really think of
Warrior J. Write the comment. Warrior J. Write the comment. I got you.
I can't think of any game in the Prem recently where he's had a bad game. Even against United last week in the Prem, Endo wasn't bad. He just wasn't great. But he wasn't bad.
Ryan, I agree with you to an extent. I need to go back and defend the sound because you can't say it's just the other day. Like you don't say things 24 hours prior. And you wanted McAllister stole after 5 games. I've got the DM.
The McAllister thing was after like 3 months.
Harry Wing.
After 3 months, that's still too quick. Even if it's even though I believe Rums, 3 months is not enough to go. You know what?
Not only that, 5 games is like 2 months if you're not careful, bro. So 3 months, big deal.
I'm just getting the fruit now. That's all.
But then
the crazy part.
But the thing is with Endo, I just feel like he's been better in the Premier League than he has. Like in the Europa League games he's played this year. Ryan, but in the Premier he's been really good last few months.
Ryan, we are supposed to be a top team. We cannot have Endo who has been good and now he's shit. We have to literally have replaced Fabinho who was good every week.
Yeah. That
no,
level.
But he's had one shit game in the Europa League just now, and all of a sudden he's not.
No, it's not just he started bad, then he got good, and now he's back to being bad.
But how's he back to being bad after one bad game? Like,
we gonna get to that. Hey, Rums, go on. Say what you're gonna say. Let the date be known.
18th of October. I'm telling you, McAllister's not good enough. We need to sell him. Let me scroll more.
18th of October.
25th of October. He sent me a nice pass from McAllister. It's a shame this bum only does this once a month. You have given him his praise as well, but then you did want him sold after about 5-6 games. So my point is, Ryan, even if Hassan did say that, you can't be delivering that message. Right message, wrong messenger. Word to month. It's a right message.
Literally only the other week where we were all hyping up Endo, and now all of a sudden he has one shit game in the Europa League, and it's like, no,
Ryan, I agree, but you're not.
Yeah, but it's you, fam. You're not trying to hear that from you.
Not just that.
Hey, Ryan,
not just that.
Hey, Ryan, just to clarify, you know what you are? You are Snoop Dogg telling me I'm smoking too much weed. That's exactly what you are. You are that. Even if you are right, we are not trying to hear it from you.
That's
You know what
true.
I'm saying? Like that's not
true.
it.
It's like
That
me
is your-
telling you watch too much football, Ryan.
Exactly. That is your that is your textbook. You know what I'm saying? That is.
But I stand
What
by
we
my
talking
support
about?
side points. I stand by my support side points.
But
Yo,
you,
what's your
if
support
Sabas
side
like
point?
have, but listen, if Sabas like goes the next 4 games and play brilliantly, you'll change your opinion. So what the fuck does your opinion matter, anyways?
Hey, the probabilities are 16.
Hey, this guy's crazy, you know. No, I actually started deep this shit. Ryan, you crazy, you know.
He's crazy.
You're on medication, blood. Yo, you need to go take your meds, bro. One needs some medication, blood.
He'll make your head
Oh
hurt.
my days.
Love for him, but bro, the reactionary stuff is just it's crazy. But you know what you're saying, Lex, on when you're saying Henderson, you want Klopp to kind of just add a bit more each summer, right? I think you're spot on because what Pep is, he's proactive, and the best example is Fernandinho and Rodri. He brought in Rodri to be the understudy to Fernandinho. So when Fernandinho leaves, Rodri's ready-made, and that's exactly what from Klopp.
And we shipped out. We shipped out a whole midfield that understood Klopp's system and brought in a new midfield that don't understand his system, and then just said, "Yo, do you think not even not bro? Listen, you know what I'm the most upset about? We could have used Firmino when we got rid of him. We could have used.
Nah, but Firmino wanted to go. Firmino wanted to go. Klopp wanted to keep him.
Yeah, but at the same time, even that season, Firmino was like one of the better players, even coming back from injury, scoring important goals and so on and so forth. You get the message?
To go. Like Klopp
just
wanted to keep
him. Just hug him, brother. In the hug, Klopp always hug the man. Them just hug him, yo.
just okay. That being said, let me get to this from Jez in regards to the actual Atalanta game as well. He says, uncomfortable question. Did Liverpool start to play different in a worse way when Salah came on? So you're in agreement with that. We'll go to you first on that, Ryan. Talk about it.
You know, last week, we were talking about, I think Enz said it, didn't he? Shout out Enz, he said it. We actually play more fluid without Salah on the pitch. When you look at the evidence since Mo Salah got injured and was out with the injury, it's uncomfortable conversations.
Bro, wait. Since Salah come back,
this ain't me saying Mo Salah. This ain't me saying how. This isn't me saying
you just want to clip the man, dog.
The Mo Salah. Mo Salah's still our best attacker by far. No, but Mo Salah's still our best attacker by far. But what I'm saying is, we actually do play more fluid attack. We are more fluid when he isn't actually on the pitch. I'll be honest with you. And our actual work rate off the ball's better because Salah's lazy
but forget
off the ball, bro.
About previous games. Obviously, I want to know about this game in particular. I didn't watch the first half, second.
Well, yeah, because he came on at half time and we were worse in. We were
don't know.
Is what I'm saying. The game. We were horrible throughout the game. But we were less shit in the first half than we were in the second.
Is that on Salah or did you just get worse as a team overall? Was the attack worse? Was it him in particular?
You can't put it.
No, I'm out there again, Ryan. I'm asking the question because I did not watch the first half, so I do not know if you were worse in the second half. That's why I'm asking the question.
No, we were way worse second half than we were first. Our first half we were shit as well.
So the answer to your question, for us, is over. You asked overall because of Salah. It was overall.
Yeah, first half we were less shit. Yeah.
On the Salah.
Okay. Because that's the question from Jess in regards to it. That's all it is. G, what are you saying about it? Do you think you actually was it just a bad day at the office regardless of Salah? Because obviously you was a
like
spoke
if
about
Salah
the G last week.
Yeah, but bro, back we've watched Manchester United have a shit game, and Sir Alex Ferguson just tapped Ronaldo on the shoulder, and it was done after that. You're losing 2-0. The game ended 4-2 to Manchester United. There's a reason we kept Salah. There's a reason we got rid of Mane and kept Salah. It's because Salah, you're supposed to be the guy. You're supposed to be the guy. I tap on the shoulder and say, we're not working out. We try to rest you, but it's not working out. Go on and change the game. If you can no longer do that, you can just fuck off for the 200 million, blood. I swear though.
Gee, listen.
You see,
right?
I hear all of that. And look,
no loyalty. Because you only will give it 2 fucking trophies. I don't give a shit.
No.
Go, G. Let him land.
Everything everyone said is all truthful. Listen, you got your top goal scorer and I think your top assist maker in the team whose performances ain't really the performances that you want to see, right? And I totally understand that. The problem you're gonna have, and this is the only thing I say now because he's stinking up the joint at this current moment in time in terms of performance, not GA, because I don't care about that anymore. The problem you're gonna have is you almost can't turn around to someone like that and be like, all right, well, you're gonna be out of the team because you've got players like Diaz, you've got players like Nunes, players like Gakpo, players who are not even remotely close to your level.
But
so
here is I get you. I get you. Look, I agree with you. I agree with you. But here's just a slight twist to what you're saying. We have these man because we chose to keep you, blood.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We have these man because we chose to get rid of Sanyo, Mane, and all of these man to keep you, blood, because of whatever contract situations in. So whether it is that the board or whoever made a mistake, you're here. And why are you here? Because you're Mohamed Salah. That's why you're here. You're not here because you're falling off a cliff now and you're probably not as good, but we'll keep you because we love you. No, that's not why you're here, blood. You got a salary raise for a reason, because you produced. When you stop producing is when we start to look at you. No, I'm not going to try and be ungrateful to Salah. Salah, thank you for the great years. But I can be honest and say this. I do not like watching you play football. I liked watching Mane play football way more than I did you. I loved watching Firmino way more than I did you.
I
am sorry. I'm sorry. It's not just a preference thing. It's about understanding what football is and understanding what good football players are. Now, Salah has produced, right, end product. But, bro, I'm sick and tired of these people who look at a house and all they can see is the fucking roof. Because there's walls there and there's a foundation there and there's a whole bunch of different things. So everyone keep on a look on the end product, but they cannot seem to fathom what it took to get there. So yes, Salah gives us a lot of goals and now he's chiming in with even more assists than he used to before. But bro, he's just not the best player to watch, and I'm being honest. Now, he's just not.
What Lex is saying again, I agree. The problem you're going to continue having is that your options after this now is Diaz, Nunes, and Gakpo.
Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. When Saudi bid that 200 mil or whatever they did, I said sell that motherfucker right now. I literally said it.
Too late, bro. We couldn't get a replacement.
Do you think we would be where we are right now if we sold Salah?
No, bro. But bro, you have to remember, we finished fifth last season.
Yeah.
So would we? All right, look at the situation that we're currently in. Zine, we finished this last season. Salah was here, right? Now we come back this season. Everything looks better, but there are a multitude of reasons why we look better now. It's not just simply the fact that it's one the fact that I touched on earlier, the fact that I think our midfield should have been revamped before, but not in the way that it has been. I think it should have been a gradual process, and we would have never fallen off the way we did if that was the case.
I agree.
And the reason we're falling off was a mismanagement. No, I think a part of the mismanagement is a multitude of things, whether it be FSG, whether it be Klopp's loyalty to certain players, it could be a multitude of things, right? But whatever the reason is, a lot of the development of the squad has been hampered because of our philosophy, right? And what is our philosophy? Sell to buy. Now, if we have a player in the team that is accumulating the majority of the funds, a lot of the resources, and then FSG is going to look and say, well, boy, we cannot improve the squad because of this or that. Well, maybe bin him, blood. Maybe bin him for the 200 mil, and they will just continue then, because where it seemed at that point to be okay, it was too late, or it was too this, or it was too that. Even though we're at the stage that we're at now, no one saw this coming. No one saw us challenging for the title. No, we had hopes to win the Europa League, but what I'm saying, the rebuild that we have to partake in after Klopp has left, it could have been started then. You get what I'm saying? Especially when it seems as if Klopp knew he was leaving a long time ago. I don't think
he tried to leave this time last year. He come out and said
his wife
the club that he was going to come out around January 2023. He was kind of ready to leave.
I was talking with my wife or something like that. Yeah.
I think his wife persuaded him to stay. So you're right, Lex. That he already had these thoughts of leaving.
You get me? And the thing about it is, when it comes on to business, when you get too emotional in dealing with business, you're going to always have rough periods. And you might have a period where it just looks like an abject failure, because what you have done to us now, Klopp, is you've put us in a situation where a lot of the investment that we've had is because of you. And now you're just leaving. You're not getting fired. You're not being told, yo, you're not good anymore, so we don't want you. You're just saying, yo, bro, I'm tired. I need to go. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that, bro? And then you announce this in the middle of the season. So at some point, the players are going to be like, why this guy shouting at me? You're not even going to be here next year.
I don't know about you guys, but I find it crazy that at 3 major European clubs, Bayern München, Barca, and Liverpool, all around kind of the same time, Tuchel said, well, the Bayern was like, fuck you, we're firing you at the end of the year, but stay here. Xavi was like, I'm leaving at the end of the year because I'm stressed from the media. And Klopp was like, I'm tired. And look at how all 3 different kind of worked out. So maybe it was one of those where it's like, if you went down...
Arsenal still not going to get shot by Bayern Munich, despite the fact. Let me get that in.
I agree.
I think Bayern
Bayern knock out Bayern knock out Arsenal. I agree with that. 100%.
And if oh my days,
I can see it happening. I wouldn't be confident though.
I agree with that. They fumbled the bag in that game.
All right, look.
This team,
Arsenal were too nervous at home to Bayern with no Bayern fans there. I don't know how they hack it at the Allianz, I'll be honest.
Hey, bro, listen. Listen.
Just because they got through against Porto, we can still use that as a sample. They struggled. Do you know what I mean? Every knockout game, I know
they was horrible in that. They was horrible in that game.
Yeah, they were so bad. But look how Gabriel and Saliba, they're
no.
players in their team. We can't the bed against Bayern the other day. You expect them to go to the Allianz and just suddenly regain?
No. All right, look.
Arsenal weren't shit in that game. No way.
All right, look. This is a situation where I don't necessarily think we should make predictions, but here's how we can look at it objectively. We can look at it and say we're now trying to figure out what is this Arsenal team, right? We have this Arsenal team right here. Yeah. Are they actually here, or are they actually here?
Nah, they're serious, bro. In the
wait, but wait. There are certain factors that you have to take into consideration that prove if they're serious. How did we prove that Liverpool are serious?
You won the
we won.
Exactly.
The UEFA Champions League.
We won, and then we just move from some A cups to some D cups, blood. And then all of we just walk around with this big chest. You get to mess it. It took that. Don't get into the trap of these Arsenal fans who always depend them for a suck off Arteta and a suck off Havertz and a suck off all of these men that we know are actually shit. You are shit until you prove to us that you're not shit, blood. You get to mess it? Saka, you are shit until you prove to me that instead of diving into a keeper, you will actually round the keeper and score the fucking goal like an actual footballer, sir. Because you had 2 choices. Try to score a goal or try to be a bozo, and you chose to be a bozo. What does that tell me about you? You are a bozo. You get a message?
That's where I'm at with it. We can't be giving the accolades when you've not done anything to deserve them.
Not only that, we cannot give out accolades when you were put in a position. You were put in a position to actually be the hero, and you chose to be the villain. You literally consciously chose to dangle a leg. You rounded Neuer. Shoot it. Don't care if the defender block it. Shoot it. Don't try to trick the flipping officials. Don't simulate. Don't do an unnatural action. Every player that I know that has rounded a keeper tries to finish. And if they don't try to finish, it's because they lost their balance.
And this is why I'm so this is why I'm so critical of them as well. Because the reason why I don't call them special or I don't call them great, because they've done nothing special or great. Same way we wouldn't call a player world class who's done nothing world class. We wouldn't call a player great who's done nothing great.
Oh, well, some of us. All
right, the vast majority then is what I'm saying, Lex. The vast majority with a brain and look at things objectively. They've done nothing special. Someone tell me.
Functioning brain cells.
Tell me, if someone in the chat wants to tell me what Arsenal have done that is special. Someone tell me.
Draw Liverpool.
The floor is yours. Because they've done nothing special. But again,
them draw Liverpool.
People don't like it because it's me saying it. And I say it with vim, and I find joking it because it is funny. But like I've said all season long, they will finish the season trophyless because they're just not good enough. Everything going into that Bayern Munich game was in their favor, apart from Champions League heritage and apart from.
But you know what's funny, Flawless?
Apart from the experience of winning, everything, the confidence, the Tuchel's leaving, the confidence from the form that Arteta is in. The no fans in the stand, home form, best defense in Europe on stats, everybody in form, etc. And they fumbled the bag. That's why they will go out of the
You know why it's all against them now? Because Steve will be able to correct me. Bayern Leverkusen need a point or 2 points to clinch the league, right? The league's done. So they can clinch it. I think just a win clinches them the league. Bayern Munich, if they're smart, rest their whole starting 11 and they've got the home advantage. I don't know if
here's the situation going into the Bundesliga weekend. Bayern München play FC Köln. If Bayern lose if they lose and Stuttgart lose to Eintracht Frankfurt, then the game on the weekend, it's over. It's over.
Leverkusen don't even have to play. Yeah.
Leverkusen could lose on Sunday if both Stuttgart and Bayern München lose tomorrow.
Yeah, and don't get mistaken. Lex was right.
And the other situation is, let's say Stuttgart win, Bayern win, Leverkusen win is done.
Well, yeah, they just need the 3 points.
Yeah, Alex mentioned this a few shows ago, and he was right. Have Arteta and have Arsenal been better than general consensus than most of us expected? Yes. But that doesn't mean they're great, or that doesn't mean they're special or world class because they've been better than expected. Yes, I've been surprised by the level Arsenal have been at, in particular defensively. But they will fall short because they're not good enough. And they'll do what Arsenal fans always do, is find somebody to blame. Last season, it was Rob Holding. That's who it was. They'll find someone. There'll be a scapegoat. It won't be Arteta's fault. It won't be Saliba. It won't be Gabriel. It won't be Rice. It won't be Saka. It'll be Havertz or some shit like that.
I remember. Yeah.
They'll blame the Ashburton army for not making enough.
But you have to remember, Flawless. You have to remember, Flawless, that all season I've been saying this. Arteta has done a good job in keeping his starting 11 fit. Because barring that starting 11, they'll be in trouble. Now I hear that Timber is coming back, and I think that is a big positive for them, right? And that could actually help them. Gabriel could be exactly. But I think having Timber can move Ben White into centre back, and I don't know how that's going to turn out. You get me?
No, Ben White, that would be.
But here's something that I want to touch on, right?
Yeah. Talk about.
No, the media and these people have been saying that Bayern are shit and Bayern are this and Bayern are that. Does anyone realize that it's not that a lot of the seasons that Bayern has won the league, they're actually performing at a level that they would have easily win the league this year.
So why I disagree with
from a statistical perspective.
Points.
From a statistical perspective. So if Leverkusen didn't come up, and I remember now, they're literally unbeaten. They've drawn 4 games in the league. They haven't lost.
No. They've drawn 3 games in the league.
Bro, that's crazy.
They've lost 3 points all season.
No.
That's the reason Bayern might be shit, but they're still Leroy Sané shit. There's still Harry Kane shit. There's still Gnabry shit. There's still Kingsley Coman shit. They still have Kimmich. They still have all of these players that are actually, some of them are world class. Name the world class players that Arsenal have, please.
Wait, hey, do you not know, Lex? The world class players Arsenal have the entire 11.
No, name them. Yeah, tell me them.
Ramsdale, Rayo, Ben White, best right back, you know what I'm saying? Most informed right back, Kirill, you know what I'm saying? Fantastic. The best centre back partnership in Europe. Declan Rice, who they say they rub West Ham. They want to give West Ham more money. You know what I'm saying? I've heard about Odegaard best 10.
So hold on. So can I interest you?
Yeah,
so can I interest you in a Bayern Arsenal 11?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I'm with a gal, man. Entire hashtag pray for Bayern was trending on Twitter. Hey, Bayern.
Oh, pray for Bayern.
Because I got 9.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing why Arsenal fans will just religiously always get cooked. You will get cooked because you are saying it's revenge, and it's not just revenge. They're saying they are going to replicate the 8 or the 10 goals. One guy posted a tweet that says, we are going to replicate the 10-2, but just not the 2. So this man was saying over 2 legs, they were going to win 10-0.
That's it.
When literally Arsenal, the only thing you got better at is defensively, because you're worse than last season attacking-wise.
We love that.
So you man are, listen, if you when you played Bayern tried to just park the bus and counter attack, you'd be fine because you did that to City. And if City couldn't break it out, who the hell is going to break it out?
By the way, Lex,
so just play like that.
About the Bayern thing, by the way, I think we've been bad. Yes, the Leverkusen thing, but the problem I have, and I've been saying since January, is that VfB Stuttgart, who finished 3rd from bottom last season, they sold Lautaro Endo, their captain, for the past 4 seasons. They sold Borna Sosa to Ajax, and they spent 20 million euros. Why are they now all of a sudden on the same amount of points, and we go to their place?
I mean,
my problem is losing to FC Saarbrücken of the 3rd Bundesliga. Of the 3rd Liga.
Oh, you gotta go. Hey, Rums, big up for joining, man. Appreciate it.
Big up, Rums. Look at
Hey, Rums. Love every time, man. Love every time. And that's what it is. Arsenal, and again, people gonna make excuses, and that's why we're talking about, not us, but people are talking about, the Saka penalty, and was it a penalty, and Kane should have been sent off. Everything, whether it was or it wasn't. The reason why we're talking about these things, Steve, the reason why we're talking about these things is because Arsenal fumbled the back. If Arsenal were winning 4-2 and that happens, would there be a conversation about that Saka penalty? No. Not. They winning that game 2-0. If that best defense in Europe was the best defense of Europe on that day, we're not talking about it because they fumbled. Now it's excuses. That's why we're talking about.
And flawless too. A big part of these conversations is it's not just the fact that you drew the game to a team that is deemed as being poor. It's how you lost it. It's how you gave up those goals. It went against everything. It's not like Bayern turned up and they were spectacular. No,
exactly.
You had players that were playing like shit. Sane just skinned Kivior and ran through your entire team. Absolutely skinned Kivior and ran through your entire team. On that day, why is it that you couldn't just have one player playing bad? No, your entire team played like shit.
Yeah, even your
barring Havertz.
Even your £100 million defensive midfielder. Word has it he's gonna miss the second leg because he's still looking for Goretzka. But hey, we move. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, LA Fitness, Leon Goretzka, bro. LA fucking
man.
Fitness,
What did just call him, man? LA Fitness Scott McTominay, man. Has just called him.
He has been garbage the entire season. LA fucking Fitness Leon, bro. He's been garbage the whole season. And yesterday, or not yesterday, the first leg, I was like, who are you? Who are you? I don't recognize you.
Yeah, it's a whole different guy.
We're speaking about Arsenal. I just struggle to see him dropping points in the league. That's just me.
Well, I guarantee you they will. I guarantee
you.
Hey,
Ryan.
What was the what? Wait, Ryan, relax, real quick, because this is the whole reason why I'm here. This is the whole reason why I'm here. When I told you about Atalanta and I said what they brought to Liverpool, their skill set is what you hate to play against: pace, power, strength, tactical proficiency to a very high level. The fact that you will have more of the ball and they win games against AC Milan in the cup, in the league, draw with Juve, beat Napoli 3-0, and all of those games they had 30-40% percentage, and then it happened. So is this round 2? Is that what you're saying? This is round 2.
I just think Arsenal are playing so well in the league that I just struggle to see where they drop points. That's just me. They're playing that well.
I guarantee you they will. They ain't going they will lose at Old Trafford.
They won't lose at Old Trafford.
100%. They definitely will. Most
of the time they beat. Again, they don't have to lose. You know what I'm saying? They can just draw. Where I disagree is, can I see them not losing for the rest of the season in the Premier League? Absolutely. Do I believe they go on to win all their games?
Drop points because I'm saying drop points.
I think they drop points. Yeah, but drop points is
a loss.
I don't think they go. I don't think they go to all these places and have all these high-profile games and win all these matches. I don't think they're a team that I like.
Thing is, I just think the way Spurs play would suit Arsenal, and I just think they could use a split anyway.
That's why they drew.
Cool. You know what I'm saying? They could easily go and drop points to a Chelsea or Wolves. Easily.
Or Villa
And again, Ryan, you thought Liverpool was going to pitch up to Old Trafford and smoke us, and what happened there? And the gap between Liverpool. Wait. And the gap between but that can happen though in these type of games, as we seen against Bayern Munich. You had them beating Bayern Munich comfortably. You also had Manchester United, Liverpool beating Manchester United comfortably. And the gap between Liverpool and Manchester United is much greater than the gap between Arsenal and Spurs. What are we talking about?
Can we say this?
Not just that. Yeah.
Liverpool fans, please, because I don't want to get.
Yeah.
By the way, even if Arsenal do drop points, we're also fucked in that week. We have 3 away.
You were fucked beforehand anyway. I've been telling you this. That City are going to win the league from the jump. But you just think
that I will agree.
I've told you this. So when you sit there and be like, oh, I think it's going to affect us negatively because of what happened against Atalanta, you could have clapped them 10-0. You're still not winning the league because your team's not good enough. Same with Arsenal. Their team's not good enough. But people look at it through an emotional lens rather than look at it for what it is. We've criticized City to the max. They're 2 best attacking players we have criticized all season. Content creators, mainstream, and yet they're still a point off the top of the league. People are talking about Haaland being a League 2 player and how bad he is, how De Bruyne is not good enough, but yet they're still there. No other team does that happen with. Why is that? Stones has been missing for however long.
Bernardo Silva, man.
You love crashing on Diaz all the time. He's not been at it this season, yet they're a point off. Hey, people, you lot carry on.
Yeah, they have their backup goalkeeper. They have their backup goalkeeper as well.
Come on, man. Arsenal can't drop points. I think
Arsenal will win the league, personally.
Yeah, we know. You said it.
But Ryan, you have to take into consideration something. Usually, what happens with Arsenal is there's always a catalyst that actually leads to just them collapsing. So they'll look good for a prolonged period of time, but the reason they fall off is because they have a mentality issue. You're probably grading them based on the quality that you have seen so far. But what we are saying to you is there will be a drop off.
Mental.
Yeah,
and where you see Arsenal have a drop off, you'll see City not have a drop off. Where you see Liverpool have a drop off, you'll see City not have a drop off. So City just don't. I guess they just don't do drop offs.
Even on top of that, we just watched them fumble the bag against the Bayern Munich team we've criticized all season long. And on top of that, they didn't even play well in the game.
Listen. For some reason,
nobody from Bayern Munich had a great game. None of
what's a positive?
Besides LA Fitness, Leon Goretzka.
Look, let me tell you.
And did a 7. That's it.
If you see Zinchenko and Jesus a cry after Bayern knock them out, then them not winning the league.
Yeah, they ain't winning it. Even
Zinchenko definitely going to cry.
I'll go one further. Even if they knock out Bayern Munich, I don't think they win the league. And they get knocked out in the semi-final by City or Real Madrid anyway. Because like I said at the very start, the team is just not that good.
Hey yo, Madrid would have cooked these man in all my days. You think Kivior gets skinned yet? We give him Vinny, blood.
Yeah, like
give him Vinny. Oh my days.
Sane, who's not scored in 5 months. Yeah, out there looking like a baller. Yeah. Right, all right, cool. And the crazy part is, I picked them before.
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny? You man should have known better, you know, because the last time Tuchel won the flipping Champions League, Chelsea was shit in the league, and for some reason Tuchel just told these man, "Yo, let's just fuck this Champions League, forget the league." This man's like, "Yo, just forget the league, cook the Champions League, blood."
It's what Flawless said earlier on. It's like when we talk about Arsenal, and obviously we just talk about them. When we talk about, and this ain't to crash on Arsenal because you've been good this season. I'm not gonna lie.
Crash on them, it's all good. Fuck them.
Yeah, but like when we talk about them and why I feel like Arsenal fans get too touchy is because we obviously, in order for us to respect you, we have to see
fatherless blood.
We have to see something. We need to see you do something. If
Where's
you
your
do
fucking
something,
college degree? You're applying for a job.
It just needs to be something where we can at least say, oh, okay, this is actually, as Lex said, a serious team. What Liverpool did. Liverpool decided, okay, we'll get to a Champions League final in one season. We lost to Real Madrid. The next year, you win the Champions League. The next year after that, you win the Premier League. If you start doing all of those kind of things, bro, no, we have no choice but to respect you.
But even, all right, look, G, look. Even if you want to go from a base level, say they don't win anything yet. You see, if you have us, you see,
No, I was talking to my Don Grim in the chat. Sorry, my bad. It's big up to Grim as well. Go on, carry on, Lex. My bad.
Sorry, cool. So you see, if Arsenal had a striker who was scoring who was top scorer in the league, or because that is usually a characteristic of a winning the league team. You get what I say? Like a Chelsea with a Diego Costa, like a Liverpool with a Salah, like a City with a Aguero, or even, you get what I say? Those are signs that you could look at to say, oh wow, there's this great attacking prowess.
Yes.
I see too many games where Saka doesn't play very well. He might get GA, but he played like shit. That is not sustainable. And he's probably the player that they depend on the most. Now, Havertz has to be showing up. Now, look, when you're having attacking deficiencies and Havertz has to be the one to bail you out, my God, it does not look good for you. Because there will be a game where a coach in the league says, yo, stop Havertz. Just stop Havertz. And trust me, it'll be kick. It won't be hard to do.
And the other problem for Arsenal is Martinelli's been garbage this season.
That's true.
He has been garbage. Can you name
all right, look, Steve.
Can you name a title-winning team where the right wing, let's say, really good? Saka is really good. Let's give them that the striker is really good. Can you name a fucking title-winning team where the left winger is playing like garbage 95% of the season?
And he gets starts. And he starts every game. And Trossard is on the bench.
I rate Martinelli. He is so fucking talented, but he's been trash this season.
Yeah, but you have to remember is a whole bunch of things that has happened to Martinelli. The changes in the team that happened were on his side.
Yes.
And the style of play, remember, they played through the left more last season than they did this season. Most of the attacks don't go left anymore.
Martinelli would just slither through motherfuckers.
No, a big part of that was Xhaka. The biggest part of that was Xhaka. Because he plays certain passes. Havertz don't play these passes, bro. Havertz ain't looking for nobody. Yes. So Martinelli is like a player that depends on being facilitated. But the guy who's playing directly behind him usually also wants to get into the attack and be facilitated. So what you have happening is Martinelli is literally stifling. Man's literally stifling.
Yeah.
So it's just
that's the other reason. That's the other reason why I don't think you can. I don't have Arsenal winning the league or the champs because it's like that.
But hey, listen, if they do win it, kudos. But I just can't see it. Just based on based on simple
all the flowers in the world if they win the league and or Champions League. I as much as I'm a hater and run jokes, guess what? If you do the business, I will give you credit. I ran jokes on Pep, who has a much greater legacy when before he won anything at City, and he has a much greater legacy than Arteta. I ran jokes about Klopp until he went on to win the Champions League and Premier League, who has a much greater legacy. Anybody can get jokes and bants until you deliver. You know how you shut people up? Go win trophies, major trophies. Don't bring us no FA Cups and League Cups. Guess what? If Arteta does the business, I'll be the first to say, hey, props to Arteta, props to the Arsenal players, respect to the individuals. You lot did an amazing job. Look at the 2 managers you beat to the league. Look at the 2 teams you beat to the league. Hey, deserve all the plaudits in the world. Props to you. You proved me wrong. Arsenal fans enjoy that. But when you inevitably fall short, like I said, last season would happen, and you inevitably fall short this season, I will be here again telling you the same shit. You know what the crazy part is? This could happen in the 2024-25 season, and I'll be sat here having the same exact conversation.
Same thing.
And Arsenal will be doing well, and people will be like, why don't you think Arsenal can do it?
And not just that, Arsenal fans. If your manager and your board actually put a brain upon them body and go get a proper striker, right? And probably another creative player. And I can see, because to me, you man have the defense sorted. You might need a backup centre back or some shit, but you have the defense sorted.
Left back.
So actually, go grab yourself. Go grab yourself Ivan Toney or something, and then we can have a proper conversation.
Jonathan fucking David fits that team to a T. Jonathan David.
Good.
That's the guy who
fits bro, but
that's the guy.
Floors, I need to even bounce, bro. I need to bounce. Mandem.
That's it. Hey, GT, let them know where they can find you.
Hey, yo, big up.
GTV, man. Guys, subscribe to the channel. We've got some good stuff coming up. Football manager talk as well. All of that kind of good stuff. Match reactions. Uncomfortable conversations. Don't worry, people. We will be talking about Klopp come the end of the season, so make sure you stay tuned for that as well. You'll find me over there, GTV, and here as well on Sarcasm City TV. So please make sure you're smashing the like, sharing, and subscribing. Big up everybody on the panel this evening. My girl is
big up.
Current moment in time, so I'm gonna shoot out before she gets mad. Guys.
Peace out, G.
I tell you, shout out to him every single time as well. Before we
leave, Man United part of the show, by the way, flawless.
I mean, I put Liverpool in the title. There ain't nothing to talk about. We play Bournemouth.
United.
Yeah, do you think you'll win?
Yeah, nobody know want to talk about United,
but exactly. Whether we win, whether we lose, whether we draw, it makes no difference.
Yo, United just in a lame spot right now.
Liverpool are gonna fucked up the coefficient for the English clubs in the Championship.
Like we literally became Manchester United, blood. Like that's literally what we are for like the rest of this week into next week.
That's the only positive that came out of our
bro. Listen
for all the other English clubs.
Yeah, it's like we got 3-0 at home to Bournemouth. Like
I don't care in it, so like.
Nah, bro.
Well, let me get to.
We need to win the league, yeah.
Yeah, hey, you can dream, man. He says, question, apart from Ryan, I want to ask this question to the Liverpool fans. Do you guys think this result would affect Sunday's game against Palace, or are you not concerned about it? Well, Lex, we'll go to you on that. Do you think the Palace result, the Atalanta result, will affect the Palace game?
Yo, listen, this is reminiscent of the Chelsea game where we capitulated.
Talk about it.
And a couple of games are a couple of days after that or whatever, we had Crystal Palace in it. So let's just thank God they don't have Dwight Gale. So maybe, because bro, I can't go through this shit again. I swear to God.
Dwight Gale 16-17 championship.
But bro, all right. Look. All right, let's think about it realistically, Zine. The players that we depend on the most. How do you think this will affect them? Because Salah has been shit, right?
Talk about it.
Recently. Van Dijk has been the defense on a whole, I don't know what happened. Because the main part of a defense is to be able to hold a defensive line. And usually that defensive line follows one center back. And I cannot tell if that's because that center back has to be Van Dijk. So how Skamaka is scoring that goal, I just don't understand it because no, but you have to think about it. Van Dijk was furthest back. And if you are following the main defensive line is following the main defender, everyone else should be in line with Van Dijk. We cannot be creating a diagonal line. There's no defensive structure that sets
weird.
up like
when
that.
When he played in Ederson for the
you just can't. Yeah, you just can't. It's 2 times it happened.
Ederson saw it and he was like, "Oh my fucking god, go!"
Yeah, it's like, and then I'm looking at the TV and I'm saying that has to be offside because there's no way we're set up like this.
And you were.
So looking at all of these factors, Olise just came back, right? Them still have Eze. Bro, I am nervous about this game. And why am I nervous about this game? Am I being overreactive? No. I'm just looking at the facts of the matter. I'm just looking at, I've not yet seen this team bounce back from a terrible loss like this because I've frankly not seen a terrible loss like this in years.
Wow.
So I cannot come to a conclusion to say, all right, Liverpool will bounce back from this because you're mentality monsters and Salah is going to score a hat-trick and we'll be fine. And Van Dijk is just all of a sudden going to be going back to his defensive prowess self, Van Dijk. The aura. You get what I say? The aura. Fuck's sake, bro. Oh my God.
Actually, Ryan go first and I'll give my opinion on it.
Yeah, Ryan. Well, you've already kind of give your opinion on it, Ryan. So
we should cook these, man.
Will it affect you against Palace? Because you were talking in the team.
It doesn't, because I feel like what I saw against Atalanta was some players who were knackered as well. Like McAllister and Endo both looked knackered, bro. They looked out on their feet because they've been overplayed. You know why they've been overplayed? Because they've been forced to play every game because the other midfielders haven't really stepped up. The likes of Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, they haven't stepped up in it. So it's forced the likes of Maka and Endo to basically carry that midfield on their own. They're knackered. And they're not the only players that are knackered. And the fact is, you played on the Thursday, you play on the Sunday. You then go into that game with basically your confidence shattered fairly because of that. That loss will shatter your confidence. Like 3-0 at home in a European quarterfinal, like allow it in it. Like
but Ryan, yeah,
so,
all right,
and go into a big league game. I just think there's going to be nerves there, and we go down early. I think that's going to happen because it usually happens anyway. I just think I predicted a 1-1 draw still. I don't think we win.
1-1 draw?
Draw.
I actually agree.
You saying 1-1 draw as well, Steve?
Yeah,
I think is that Anfield?
Yeah, it's Anfield. Yeah, it's Anfield. Yeah.
No, I can't even use that shit, bro. Oh my God.
I haven't, and then there's a reason why I picked Atalanta to advance. What you guys have been winning games, but what I'm seeing, besides the goals,
it's not been convincing.
It's not looking pretty. It's
but
not
Steve,
looking sustainable. It's looking like it's looking like a ship where you see one hole and then another, and it's like they're tiny, they're little, and then all of a sudden, fuck, we're sinking.
But Steve,
you know what I'm saying?
But Steve, this also goes back to what I was saying earlier. By chopping and changing the midfield the way you did, Liverpool, what you cannot do is you cannot expect all the players that you've bought to adapt properly to Klopp's system.
Yeah,
and that is what I think has happened to some of these players. Because I won't necessarily go all out to write them off as being totally shit. But you can be a good footballer on the field. I'm seeing these man, they just look lost. It's like they're used to playing one style. Like for me, I can only speak for myself. Yeah. When I've been playing in a specific system, when that system is changed or when I have to do something else, it becomes very difficult for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm expecting, sometimes you play passes and you don't necessarily look because you just know the player is there. You get me? Sometimes you turn, you just, because of how the midfield setup, and especially if you're being played out of position, which I think Not necessarily Gravenberch, but definitely Szoboszlai is being played out of position. Because I think Szoboszlai I don't think he's necessarily a very press proven player. I don't think he has to be playing face to goal. You get what I say?
Yeah.
He has to be playing face to goal in a more advanced position where he can pretty much be risky, like a KDB or somebody. You get me?
Yeah.
He's not that player to be in the midfield playing it from deep, doing this and that, because there'll just always be some misplaced passes and so on and so on. You get me?
Yeah.
So that's where I think I just think the chopping and changing, how drastically we did the chopping and changing, it has affected certain players.
And the back four as well. Kwanzaa, Van Dijk, Konate, Kwanzaa, Van Dijk, Kwanzaa. It's just like it's and then
Van Dijk always plays. Van Dijk's the one
fullbacks as well. The fullbacks as well.
But,
right back.
No, but the whole team. Yeah, we've even been doing it with Salah, and I think the reason he's doing that, because he has never really done it, but I think the reason he's doing that is because of injuries. I think some of these players are actually knackered and he doesn't want to actually just play them back to back. But that creates a big problem in the team where if you're not playing players back to back, how can they get any continuity? How can they establish a certain form? If one game they're on the bench, the next game they play, then the next game they're on the bench, the next game they play, you get me?
Yeah. But another thing that is like annoying me as well is the fact that Jota's back, right? But I feel like we're putting so much pressure on him. So I feel like the fans are putting so much pressure on him that it's like Jota's the savior. It's because our biggest problem over the last few weeks has been taking our chances. It's why we didn't beat City. It's why we didn't beat United. Two big league games that we dropped points in.
Yeah.
It's why we didn't win those 2 games. And Jota is definitely our most clinical finisher and definitely improves the aspects of our game if he was to play. But let's not act like he's Mbappe or anything. We're treating him like he's Mbappe. We're getting Mbappe back in our team, bro. Jota's good, but like he's not that level, bro. He's not like world class or anything. He's a very good finisher. He's not like that level of player. Though.
Who said Mbappe is world class?
He went a year without scoring. We forget he went a whole year without scoring not too long ago after coming back from an injury. A whole year, bro. So Jota, definitely improves us, and I'm very happy to have him back. And for me, he should be a regular starter.
But to be honest with you,
games. But he's not going to be this savior that we all claim he's going to be, man. We're putting way too much pressure. And
not only that, Ryan.
He's injured.
Not only that, Ryan. Jota, I think Jota just scores goals because Jota is a good goal scorer.
You don't do anything. If he's not scoring goals, he's a
good. No. I don't think he suits our system. I'll be honest. But I just think he's just a goal. He's just that. You have some players like a Jermaine Defoe. That all Jermaine Defoe has to be is on the field and he'll score. Doesn't matter the system. He doesn't give a shit. Exactly. He's just scorer. So, but we cannot depend on a player like that because what you need to depend on is players that the system is being suited to. And when those players aren't playing well, that is when you have a hiccup because it's not like Klopp is going to switch the team and then switch the play style. So for instance, let's use this from like a metric scale. If Szoboszlai if Klopp were to change the style of play a little bit to suit Szoboszlai and these other players when he plays those players, and then revert back to the norm when he's playing Salah and these man, I think we'll have a more effective, output. But we just play one system regardless. So when you used to play FIFA back in the day, and when you put a player on the field, he goes to like a -2 because because of where you place him. That is the thing. It's like we are putting players on the field that their attributes aren't suited to the system. So they're operating on a minus level. They're unable to operate.
You're not putting them in the best possible situation.
You're not, because you have your system. And these guys have to go in and play that system.
Square peg and round hole.
Yeah, that has been the issue with Manchester United as well. You get me? Where last season these man actually achieved good things for where they are, and then this man just went and changed everything, and then people blame the players. It's like, listen, the same players were there last year, and the manager changed the system, so it has to be the manager. It's very simple.
We're doing A, B, and C.
Yeah, they were doing it.
This season, you have a few new players, and now you're fuck A, B, C, D, E, F, huh?
And but the problem is DEF doesn't even suit the new players, and that's the problem. He switched the system, but it actually suited players you sold.
Yeah.
You sold man like Fred. Like what you're trying to do now suits Fred because he has the legs.
Track me.
Yeah, it's just everybody's just running up and down. It's crazy, yo. So for the Palace game, as a Liverpool fan, I'll just go out there and say, all right, we should be able to win that game like a 2-1.
But it's gonna be ugly, you said. Right?
But it has been ugly for the past couple of weeks. And the thing about that is
for the past fucking 6 months, like
it has been like because look, when I watch football games, there's a confidence I'll have within me that I've not had for Liverpool in a while, because I know when we're putting teams to the sword, I know it.
Yeah, I know.
And we've we've not had, as a matter of fact, it's been a while since we've had that.
When you won the league in 1920, when you took a 1-goal lead,
game was done, fam.
The game over.
Yeah, and now we're just conceding goals at the start of every game.
When you took a 1 fucking goal lead against anyone, any competition, FA Cup, Prem, whatever, I knew 99.9% of the time you're gonna win that game. No matter who you play. Yeah. That's the kind of. You're right. That's been a while.
Actually, before we continue,
what I said about this team as well, sir. I'm telling you, there's an arrogance problem with a lot of these players, and probably it comes down from the staff as well. Why do you think we start games off so slowly and concede the first goal so many times? There's arrogance from the players, bro, thinking a lot of the time, oh, going into games, we're playing this team, our quality's just going to show up in the end, Yeah. It's like, bro, like, learn, like, these are Premier League games,
you can't
bro.
do. And that's another thing about Atalanta. You can't do that against them.
But you can't do it against most teams.
No. But I'm saying in particular Atalanta, because I've seen them catch people slip. In a lot of Atalanta games, they score first and they score 10 to 30 minute mark, sometimes even earlier, because their opponent is not at the races right away, and they're just like, all right, fuck it, go.
But that's what I think happened with Liverpool yesterday, because Liverpool went into the game at the beginning and thought, there was a lot of complacency, we'll just get the job done. We should be winning this. We're at Anfield, etc. And then they realized we were actually in the game, especially when we were 1-0 down. And then all of a sudden we realized we actually have to up it, and we just got reckless. That's why you were seeing Robertson a striker at times in the second half. We lost all sense of composure, and I think Klopp said tactical discipline. We lost all sense of what we were doing. We did not know what we were doing.
Oh, Endo was playing like as a 5th center back or something.
It was ridiculous.
Bro, listen, ever since Klopp come out and say him tired, the whole team has been playing tired. And until they in trouble and then they start playing. I've seen it so many times. You get in trouble.
You know when people say we've gotten the Klopp announcement has had a bad effect. I don't know, man, because our league form since the Klopp announcement has actually been really good. That's the thing. And we won a trophy in that time as well. Yeah. So I don't know about that, to be honest. I don't think our form's gone as declined because of Klopp's announcement.
No. I'm just saying the man them playing tired.
No, I'm not saying you're saying it. I'm saying that there are people saying it, but I don't necessarily think that's the case.
But it has to have a psychological effect, and I think if that psychological effect is positive, it really doesn't take much for it to just turn negative over time. Because as we move to the end of the season, these men are going to be thinking, oh, it's 1 more day till Klopp leaves, or it's 5 more days, you get me? Or it's 10 more days, or, it won't not be there.
Clock's ticking. Yeah.
But
the clock's ticking.
With Sunday, he's got some big decisions to make, because Sunday feels like a bit of a make or break. Because if we don't win that game, our season is virtually completely over. There's literally But if we win, suddenly you're looking at it thinking, we're still up there. There's still something to fight for. 6 games left, etc. At least we're getting back to winning ways and stuff like that. But there's players that he needs to be dropping, or he needs to make big decisions over. Nunes has to be dropped. Nunes has been awful. He has to be dropped, bro.
Is he going to? I can't say that.
He won't. Nunes will start.
And then will he play the Atalanta away game?
I don't know about that, to be honest. That's going to be interesting to see how Klopp approaches that game, to be honest with you.
And that's
go on.
Yeah. No,
go on,
that's
point, go on,
Atalanta. They play their games like that. When they play against Cagliari, Empoli, if it's away from home, they have more of the ball. But sometimes they slip. They slipped up on Sunday versus Cagliari. They conceded an 88th minute goal to fucking Viola. But they had a lot more possession, whereas with you guys, they had 30. But it was the trap meet thing. And that's also why I think they win the second game in Atalanta. Because the onus is on you to come back.
Yeah, and then they could just counter-attack us, bro.
Yeah, they can just lock up shop on counter. Yeah.
Counter-attack, man. Like
the game in Bergamo, you have to score early so that they have to now have the possession of the ball.
No, but even if we score early, they still got a 2-goal advantage on us. They don't really change
and they will
too much.
The thing is, Ryan, you said it a few times.
Flawless on sleep.
You've said it a few times. You've scored conceded goals in a lot of your games. Like, you've let the opponent score first. And so
the only way we go through is if we get we need to score. If we get an early goal and then make it 2, maybe. Like, if we go 2-0 up, then all of a sudden Atalanta get nervous, regain confidence and all that. Then it becomes, then Atalanta will think, what do we do here? Do we go for it, or do we, then all of a sudden nerves can kick in and stuff. But
you know what's funny?
Because
you know what's funny?
3, Atalanta are scoring 3 as well. So there's no chance.
You know what's funny? I think Liverpool are going to misread this game again, and they're going to get smoked.
I think we get smoked.
All right, so let's go
and
there.
And here's why.
Go on. We'll get your scoreline predictions that are actually for that as well. So yeah, the actual Ryan, Steve, you both said 1-1 against Palace. Lex, what you saying? The Palace game scoreline prediction.
Oh, Palace. I said 2-1 when you weren't here. 2-1.
2-1.
Liverpool.
Okay, first. All right. Scoreline prediction for the Atalanta game. Lex.
Scoreline prediction. All right. Mama, just get the thought process behind it. The reason the manager, right? I've heard from the grapevine that this manager tends to just fancy.
He froze.
Is he froze?
Yeah. He's froze. He'll be back. We'll go to you, Ryan. Scoreline prediction for the Atalanta game.
Atalanta. I'm gonna go 3-0 Atalanta again.
Jeez.
Oh, my kicker.
Well, you're back now, Lex. But before we get to that, Steve, you're back now, Lex. Scoreline, your scoreline prediction, real quick, Steve.
I'm on 3-1 Atalanta.
Okay, first go on, Lex.
Get a goal, yes. Come on.
Go on.
No, you can't celebrate that, Ryan. Come on, with your standards.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I'm not, bro. It was sarcasm.
It was definitely sarcasm.
Yeah, but Lex,
you were saying thingy about
So I think we'll just go there desperate, and they'll just hit us on the counter multiple times again, because for some reason we lack the discipline to actually play desperate anyways. So shit. I just said 2-0 still. Because Nunes, if he plays, will miss a bunch of chances. So I think Jota will start that game if he's not injured, of course.
Yeah, he could do, because I think Jota starts on the bench on Sunday, and then maybe he just gives him a start in the EUROPA game. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see what
and this is how bad it is that we can't even predict a lineup for our own team that we've been watching all season, because it has been changed so much.
And then
it's like maybe Klopp is tired for real, innit?
I guess.
Maybe Klopp is really tired.
I mean, we're getting plays. The only kind of little hope I've got for us is we're getting players back. Like Trent's back, Jota's back, Alisson will be back, I think, next week. So that's the only hope I've got, really.
Everything just seems tired about this team, bro. So maybe
they seem a bit drained out of energy
dead.
now.
Big question, right?
That's why I'm not confident for Sunday as well.
That's why I was pissed off. That's why I said the man should have just left when he announced it, bro. Because I gave the analogy with the girl. It's like she said she's gonna leave me. Like, why wait 6 months, bro? Just fuck off right now.
Just
let me heal from it. You get me?
Yes.
The only thing that could maybe help us against Palace in a way is hopefully that game against Atalanta just gives up a massive kick up the arse, because it's like you can't afford to be complacent anymore at all. Like, no, you need to take each game seriously from the start, bro, because 3-0 at home to Atalanta, you can't get a more kick up the arse than that, to be honest. Losing a European quarterfinal at home 3-0. Like, even against United, like, United was bad the other week, but they'll be like, we still came back and drew. We like didn't lose or anything, did we? But like, you know, and then we haven't lost a lot this season and stuff. So, and we haven't had a defeat as bad as that at home, especially. So, I'm just hoping it's the kick up the backside they needed, and hopefully just up the gears now. But
Ryan,
I hope you lot, Steve. We're gonna close out, but before you lot, before we do indeed close out, make sure you run up the likes on the video. Make sure you subscribe to all the man. Make sure you subscribe to Steve's channel, Strasbourg Steve. Make sure you subscribe to GTV Football as well. All their links are underneath in the description. All their links are on the featured channel page as well. Currently, right now, what's going on? Fats is live on the playback. Memphis Grizzlies versus LA Lakers watch along. That's live right now on the Sarcasm City TV playback, people. Playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. That's where all the NBA playoffs will be going down. And if you join the membership at the highest level, people, then you will get a VIP pass to watch all the games with us. So all the Western Conference games, some of the Eastern Conference, but all of the Western Conference games in the playoffs, we will be covering, people. So if you want to have that for the entire month of April, join the membership at the highest level, people. On top of that, we will be going live over on the gaming channel where we will be redirecting from here over to pro clubs as well. In regards to, I was going to say tomorrow, today, what do we indeed have coming up? Unfortunately, Bournemouth versus Manchester United. That watch along will be right here on the YouTube channel.
You are playing Bournemouth.
Yes, we're playing Bournemouth. And then following that, Lex, myself, Kaneki will be back. Yardman Show will be back. Premier League. So we'll be discussing all the Saturday's games, obviously previewing Sunday's games as well. But all of these things I mentioned are on the upcoming live stream schedule. Then Sunday, of course, we will be doing the Aston Villa game live on the playback, people. That's where that Premier League watch along will be going on. Then after that, we'll get the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. And then following that, the return of the Courtside Commentary podcast, people, NBA podcast. So I'll be previewing the playoffs, both Western Conference and Eastern Conference. It's already, like I said, all on the upcoming live stream schedule. And on top of everything I just mentioned, all these shows, apart from watch along, all of these live streams are available in audio only platforms. Spotify, Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you follow us and 5-star us if you use Spotify in whatever capacity. Same with iTunes, Apple Podcasts, or you iPhone users, SoundCloud, or wherever you get your podcast as well. Oh, I hate you about. Yeah, I got you. I'll invite you to the party, my guy. Don't worry about that. But like I said, we'll be redirecting from here over to the gaming channel and going on currently. So you got 2 live streams. We live on both channels, Sarcasm City TV Gaming and Sarcasm City TV Playback. So if you want to watch some pro clubs, the AFC 24, hey, head over to the gaming channel with us. You want to watch some NBA? Memphis Grizzlies, LA Lakers, get over to the playback, people. Keeping the show on the road, man. So love to everyone that's locked in. Big up all the man. Enjoyable show as always. This will now be 11 p.m. UK time, people. Not 10:30 p.m. 11 p.m. UK time. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up Eli for the super chat earlier on as well. We closing out. Manchester United Liverpool show. Man United podcast. Meets the Analysis at Anfield podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.